So for today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 of the best baseball cities in America in terms of MLB, and this will be based on a multitude of factors: attendance, ratings, support through thick and thin, things like that. And without further ado, let's get started. And for number 5, I have Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Reds. Generally speaking, Cincinnati is more of a baseball-first city than NFL, which is rare, while the Bengals are really only supported well when they're really good. The fans have generally showed up pretty well over the last 25 years, despite the team only making the playoffs 4 times. They've averaged over 2 million many times, and if they're not at 2 million, they're pretty close to it. The support really is there for this team, even during lesser than good seasons, but if ownership is going to call out the fans like they did last year and really not put a dime into the team, then they will suffer at the gates some. But generally speaking, it is a very good baseball city. They're one of the oldest teams in Major League Baseball, and they even have an opening day parade every year, and they've been having that for over 100 years now. And that really speaks to this area's connection to baseball and its history and the heritage of the area. So for number 4, I'm going to go with Chicago, specifically the Cubs. They sell out or come close to selling out almost every game, regardless if the team is good or bad. Wrigley's been around over 100 years and is well integrated with the neighborhood. You have the Wrigley rooftops, you have Wrigleyville, national fan base. I mean, you had 5 million people show up for their World Series parade, which pretty much speaks for itself. Number 3 is going to be Los Angeles. You have the Dodgers leading the league in attendance almost every year, and also the Angels actually do have more than 3 million fans many years. You can definitely say baseball is prioritized over football in LA, which is rare. The Angels, despite only making the playoffs once from 2010 to 2019, averaged over 3 million fans every single one of those seasons. So overall, between both teams, LA does perform pretty well as a baseball city. Number 2 is going to be Boston. Even though the Patriots have been really good the last 25 years, I would still say Boston is a baseball-first city. They sold out 794 straight games at Fenway Park, the longest sellout streak ever. Attendance is always high. I mean, you have 6 different states supporting this team. And I mean, Fenway Park is basically the gold standard when it comes to ballparks. Most people would have it in their top 3 in almost any kind of stadium ranking list. Fenway just represents baseball culture unlike any other stadium in the league. And number 1 is going to be St. Louis, Missouri. I really don't think you can match this anywhere else in the country. Their attendance is very high every single year, and they do it despite not being in a large super city like New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles, and in a city that's lost a lot of people over the last 70 years or so. St. Louis and baseball are really just ingrained in that heartland of America culture, and it shows every year as the fans just pack that ballpark, regardless of how good or bad they'll be. The Cardinals were clearly the much more favored team, even when the Rams were there and were playing good. And they have some of the highest TV ratings locally of any team in baseball. So let me know what you think. Do you think this list is pretty accurate, or do you think there are other teams that should be on it? Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.